Good evening, good night, good morning to all our lovely listeners. This is another episode of the Ruggers Corner, your friendly neighborhood podcast about all things Jamaica Rugby League and Jamaica Rugby Union. You're joined by my co-host, Mr. Rajiv, Over Boss, Horton, Mr. Lowndes, the Dark Lord. Hey.
There, there.
I don't know, say Lowndes, I think we have to go start bringing back the red card count upon this podcast because someone getting very disrespectful of these days.
Really?
Yeah, man. Cause, you see, I'm doing the intro and giving
But
this man
there,
his views, and he's interrupting me. I don't know what kind of behavior is this.
but
Can't
those,
spread, can't be
but
spreading
those are
rumors.
rumors.
We have the picture evidence in us, sir.
Yeah,
Don't let me have to go to my Google Photos. Don't let me have to go to my Google Photos.
facts, facts can't be spread as rumors, is it?
Anyways, jokes aside, tonight we will be discussing the latest in Union and League. There is only one league match, and we have a lot to talk about in that. And under 19 boys, they did fall short, unfortunately, but they did still give an account of themselves. So well done to the boys on their second place finish.
Yep.
Um, we do want to delve into the match in a bit more detail, fine tuning what could have been done better, what were their strengths, and just give who needs the necessary reps. Of course, like last week, we will be giving 3 points, 2 points, 1 point for all top performers for each team in NCC. But first, the Union Tournament, Rugby Americas North. Lawrence, are you about on that?
What? No, not
All right,
gonna my
well,
but
all right, cool. I don't know. This Rugby America's nice or Ran tournament for some to me it wasn't promoted well in my opinion. I could be the only person who thinks that, but it just felt so bland. I don't know if it's because it wasn't held in a more, I would say, open close area like Jamaica or maybe even over in the United States, but it just felt so closed off. And I guess because there was no women's 15s or is it 12s that they play? I don't even remember.
15s.
There wasn't any women's games, which we know is normally played in conjunction with the under 19. So I guess that also, I guess the excitement factor for me it just wasn't there. Yeah, what's your thoughts, James?
I would say the excitement factor wasn't there. I think, as I said, because we are used to the female playing alongside the U19s. I think because that aspect of it is missing, it felt a bit off, but it was a good showing. To me, it was a good showing.
And yeah, Loans, we know you're not a union man per se, but based on what you watch and the posts that were made, what were your thoughts?
um, I'd have to agree with Reggie. The games are good. Jamaica displayed themselves very well. Leading up to the finals. I could say they were very dominant in their opening three matches against Bermuda, Trinidad, and Mexico.
Mexico. Well, I would say they were dominant
I think those are the
against
teams that,
Trinidad.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
I don't. I wouldn't say they were dominant against Trinidad and Tobago, but I think fatigue was one of the main issues throughout the tournament. So the scoreline for Trinidad um
Well,
shouldn't have
16,
been
14, right?
no 2014. It
Okay.
shouldn't have been that scoreline. Trinidad should have tried more on Trinidad, but I said fatigue, the amount of game that they played for that short amount of period of time. I think that played a part with them. The other thing is, I think game management was a bit of an issue for them as well. Bermuda game and Mexico game, brilliant, brilliant game management from um Leon Nelson Martin, brilliant game management. But when it came on to Trinidad, he fell short. I don't know why. Again, probably it was fatigue, but he fell short on that and in that game. But all in all, a good showing from the gents. Not much there to complain about apart from I think they played USA game instead of playing their game. The game control that they did in Bermuda match, I was expecting that game from the lads in the finals, but they played USA game, they rushed the decisions, they didn't make wise choices, and USA just took it from them.
Agreed. Um, I do think that um, compared to further years when we had a abundance of talent in terms of union players, where we had star-studded wingers, centers, all of the positions were filled, and we never seemed to perform then. To see that most of these guys, no disrespect to any of these players, no disrespect to the coaching staff, but most of these guys, I don't think any of us really know them, apart from maybe Tyreek, who
Tariq
plays for
and
Bulls.
Tariq and Dam Cavaliers actually. Tariq and Dam. Tariq Hutchinson and Dam Simpson Gray play for
Mm-hmm.
Cavaliers. Yeah, they play for
Um,
Cavaliers.
even though I know this isn't, this is about the under 19s. What I want from the crop that was there previous year and this crop, this is just my personal view. We need to build these young men because I don't see how we can have a sevens program that is at this supposed level. And for some reasons, every time 15's qualification comes around, when was the last time that Jamaica participated in a senior 15's qualification for the World Cup? I can't even recall. So the performance, the performance was, in my view, I don't think anybody would have tipped Jamaica to win the competition. If they had won, it would have been a stellar win, but they finished second to a mighty US team. We need to build these young men. We need to get them into the camps. If it is that it's going to take some form of money, we all know that it's going to take money. But we need these young men to be developed to become the players that they can. Because there's no reason, I think, that year after year we are producing these wonderful talents and they just die out anyway. That's just my personal view. So good job to the lad.
I do agree with you, I agree with you wholeheartedly, Doc. Because Tyree Hutchinson, if man of the match for the tournament for me, Tyree Hutchinson. The man, strong carrier, passing good. It made a couple offloads that leads to try. Good tackler. I can't count a man how much tackle he miss, if any at all. The man is an overall monster. The man, him good. Him really good. And the performance he put on for the tournament, yeah man, top class performance from him. And Leon Nelson Martin, I think he is the captain. Again, the reason why he didn't get man of the match for me for the tournament is because in both USA games, his decision making were off. For Trinidad, Mexico, and Bermuda, good, A plus. But for the both USA games, I don't know what the issue is. I don't know if it's pressure or they were losing and it was getting to him, but he made a few bad decisions that I didn't agree with. He made a he Jamaica got a penalty and he made a kick from little over the 10 and made that kick. I thought that the few penalties that they got in USA off, I think they should have went for the 3 points. That's what I thought they were doing, but they were trying to go in. They tried to go for the 5 points instead of the 10 point instead of the 3 points, which didn't make much sense to me. But it is what it is. A great performance from the lads. Harrison Carr is another player that stood out to me. Great runner, great center, lovely player. Harrison Carr. He got a few tries in the game, so those are my three standout players. For Dam Simpson Gray, I think the issue with him is that he's still stuck with playing league. Like his mindset is still playing league because there is a few times where he got the ball as prop and he's running with the pod. Instead of running straight, gaining a few yards down and let his second row or prop make the rock, he ran just like in league, ran, step, ran left his support, step left his support. So it took his support at least 2 or 3 seconds, if not more, to reach and set the rock. That was the issue with him. Apart from that, he made some good carries, made some good runs, made some good tackles. But all in all, a good trend from the lads.
Agree. Agree. Do want to shout out Trinidad's fullback. Don't remember his name. Kid will go places. Does need to work on his ball handling, but I thought the flair that he showed and willingness to go into tackles, especially for someone of his size, he's so small. The willingness to run with the ball will go places. Just needs to fine tune a little things. But yeah, wholeheartedly agree with that assessment, Raj.
Yeah, but so far, as I said, it was a good tournament. I think that they have Junior Panam's game coming up. Um, if they can fix their game management and their decision making for that tournament, that upcoming tournament, they they should make it to the finals again. As long as those small things are fine tuned, then they're good to go.
As I said. Um, Anything else on the union front that we need to cover? Because I think don't think there's much else there, is it?
Um, no, apart from the Panam Junior Games, I think the Lady Crocs have a tournament coming up. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. Um, apart from that, shout out to Lynch, assistant coach, did a very good job. The coach as well did a very good job bringing the players there. So good tournament, good showed from the gents. Looking forward to see how they develop for the Panam games. NCC game week 6.
Sure.
Stress. All 3 games playing JDF upper camp. Yeah,
No, I think
no,
two of them is playing at Upper Camp and one is playing at UI, I believe.
yeah, that's correct. Yui, Mona, and 2 playing at JDF. But game week 6, Doc. What are your predictions?
Remind me of the fixtures again, seeing as I unfortunately forgot.
Um, Sharks versus Hyenas at 2, and Warriors versus Thundercats at 4, and then Dragons versus Bulls at 4.
All right, so Sharks versus Hyenas. Of course, we know nothing is set in stone, but Hyenas have played 5 matches, have lost all 5, and some of them have been some colossal defeats. One, it's down to no player showing up for matches. 2, it doesn't seem as if they have anyone coaching them, unfortunately. 3, they've gone back to their base instinct that we all know and love, cursing each other out while playing matches. I did see some improvement in them, which we will get into. But I just can't look past Sharks winning this bout. I will predict this to get extremely ugly. 50 points to the Sharks. Hyenas probably a meager 10 to 12 points. That's if Sharks allow them to score that.
Probably more. I'm going to say like the game against JDF they played the other day. Surprising, was a very close game. So they improved a bit.
We know why it was close.
I think that I'm going to say 60 for 8. That's my prediction.
All right, no problem. I respect that. Well, we won't know who the team is will be for Sharks as yet.
Not yet.
But here's what I want from Sharks. Need to see your line speed. I need to see your wingers and your 2 centers, whoever they may be, to assist your fullback. If I do not see this, I will be speaking about it again. And whoever your halves, as a matter of fact, let me say this from now. If Akeem Murray is not available, Marvin needs to play 9. In a discussion. I don't hear nobody say nothing to me.
Listen.
Don't talk.
From the previous episode that I dropped, I got a phone call. I won't say from who. But
I'll name.
I had a conversation with someone really high up in the league, and we were having the same conversation about Marvin and the whole 9 situation, and it was a conversation of that maybe they are training 9 to come up to take Marvin or Murray's place. So Marvin, even though Marvin should be playing 9, he's playing 7 to have the 9 that they're training more experience. So let's see. That's just what they were saying.
Let's move on to the next.
So this is legit information.
Hey, it's not. I don't think it's. I don't think it's legit information. I think it's just that they're saying that that's probably the case, but there's no proof of it as yet. So let's see.
Yeah, well, where the mouth is, that is as a famous YouTuber would want to say, cap. Anyways, let's continue. Next match, Thundercats versus who?
Not impossible, you know.
No, I'm not saying it's impossible, you know. That could be the case, but I'm saying if that 9 is not playing, Murray is not playing, Marvin should be playing 9.
Listen. Let me put it like this, in terms that I know we will all understand. As if Arsenal win the Champions League this year, and Spurs win the Premier League title. Then I can agree to disagree. Let's say until those things happen.
Why?
Madonna.
Arsenal.
Me done have Chelsea fan them for me kids to then go win that Club World Cup, you know. Man, leave me alone. You might tell her, leave me alone.
Hey, that kind of below the belt, Xavier. That was kind of below the belt, Xavier.
How is it below the belt?
Arsenal one. Even though me not Even though me not like them neither, but now them out one.
Moving on.
But me mention my team, so I probably don't understand this.
Everybody knows that your team across his team already.
Guy in the party.
Exactly.
Anyways, moving on.
Why them across his body?
Oh, left it alone. Left it alone. Moving on. Moving on.
Alright, we're moving on.
Next game is Warriors versus Thundercats. Should be a fun.
Hey.
Should be
So-
an exciting game.
Hold on. Wait. So, for anyone who knows, this match was extremely close in their first encounter that Thundercats won by about what? 2 points?
2
No.
points.
Since then, all the top 3 teams have lost to each other, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
The only reason why I am tipping Thundercats to win this match, and this is nothing against the players that I respect for JDF, is because of what I saw in the Hyenas match. Line speed is lacking. There was no line speed.
Lacking.
None. As a matter of fact, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of a very fun NRL game that I had the displeasure of watching. I'm sure you all remember this NRL game where I watched Melbourne Storm take my lovely Warriors on a midnight stroll for about 60 odd points. Oh, that game was wonderful.
Here we go again.
So
Here we go again.
let me say this, and I'm speaking to all JDF fans, including them coaching staff. If you don't think so, you can stay back on the line and watch all of those fast young men coming at you 90 miles an hour and things like, oh, we can stop them. We're strong. I'm going to tell you something. We will lose.
Not only that, Not only that. Again, the shifting of the ball from JDF, mediocre. Very.
It is too predictable. It is too predictable. I'm going to say this. I mentioned in a comment where I mentioned to the media team that when the props or whoever is running with the ball, the fullback, the halfback, and the 5'8" needs to be supporting the prop, whoever is running. And I did not see this. All I saw was one man going into attack, hoping for offload.
One man. And that's their entire game. Machine, take a hit. Oh, offload. Next prop, take a hit. Offload.
Let's be
cannot
let's
do
be,
this against Cats, you know.
Let's be honest. The only reason why JDF had so much joy against Hyenas is because Hyenas was doing the same thing. And say quietly, a lot of their players are afraid to tackle Machine.
I've seen clips like Machine break the line and the player see him come and I say, oh, all right. I say, all right, he might get tackled. Next thing I know, the man just barely hands him off and gone. I'm like, what is this? There was no effort in the tackle.
Bro, bro. I watched the match. Machine ran from the left side of the field. Machine is playing left center. I'm sure you remember this clip. Machine run from left center, run to the middle of the field, fling off 2 players, run to the right side of the field, come back to the middle, then run again and go score. Ridiculous.
But I'm saying it. The way JDF play, if they play that way against Cats, they are going to lose. 100% guarantee they are going to lose.
Yeah, but the Achilles heel to this now is Cats going to actually temper their ego and just play rugby, or are they going to be just as they were against Sharks and allow Sharks to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Because we all know this. Sharks should have never won that match.
Nope.
Thundercats out-tackled them, out-ran them, out-ball-play them, which is something I don't think I've ever thought I would ever say. And they lost the match because they refused to tackle Rooster. Come on, let's talk about it.
And the ego got in the way as well. That's the next thing.
There is no way Ronaldinho, Beanie Fraser can be playing as fullback and you take 15 carries in Amigo. What? Because you want to prove that you can run over somebody? Like, what is this?
First of all, he shouldn't even be at fullback.
Yeah, but we all know why.
Well,
Let's not go there. Let's not
well,
go there because Cahill Green should not be playing as six, but we don't talk about who wants to play where. But if they want to play Magician and Yu-Gi-Oh! And anything else on Digimon, that's their business. My issue is if you have a structure playing with, and your structure is 9 to 7 to 6 to fullback and whoever else and who don't. There is no reason why you should have your box players taking 15 million carries and hitting up.
no reason, none at all. Listen, Cats have all the tools to win this competition. All the tools. If they don't make it to the Grand Slam, it's all their fault. That's all I have to say.
Well. Oh, this brings back a little memories.
If them not reach Grand Slam, I feel
No, I would agree with Rajiv on that.
It's not that I'm disagreeing with Rajiv. It's not that I'm disagreeing with Rajiv, It's just that y'all remember last year's grand final when we said it was going to be another Sharks and Bulls thing. You remember what happened in that glorious semi-final match? I do. Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Yes.
Robot.
Yes, I remember. And
Robot.
the exact same reason why they lost is going to be the same.
Wait. Hold on, no. Let's stop right there. The same exact reason they lost. Who were the players that were playing on that day? Well. But anyways, my tipping for this scoreline is a very close scoreline. I think it will be about 30 to 28 in favor of Thundercats.
I don't think we'll see so much tries in this game. So I'm going to say 18 to 20 in favor of Thundercats.
What do I need from both teams? Well, for one, JDF, line speed, more efficient ball handling skills, not depending on Cheshire Thompson to burn everybody and Machine to break the line. Yeah, that's about it. Thundercats. Mr. Pence and Mr. Lee. I need these two young men to stop camping like say they're playing Call of Duty and go look for some work.
Get in the field, take 2 carry.
No, 2 carries. We're gonna do this at New Zealand. Yeah, man. As a former coach would tell me, run till you're weak.
When I say 2 carry, I don't mean exactly 2 carry, but half on the jogger side, the wingers do need to be more engaged in carrying out the ball, especially out of the red zone. Right?
Also, I don't know if Mr. Lynch is returning soon to play, but I kind of need him to stop be like Sung Ji Woo and stop disappearing. People need him, isn't it? Just say it quietly for me.
And
anyway,
Brandon Barrett, money for controlling anger. The money if you calm down and play. The man doesn't need to low out the people them play him game and him good. That's all him need to do. Stop arguing everybody and everything. A man tackle your bad. Tackle him bad when they catch him. Stop arguing, stop puff up your chest. Just calm down and play the game. If him do that, trust me, if him do that coming this Saturday, I guarantee him I get 3 try. I guarantee you that. If he just calm. That's all.
I was about to say something, but besides, I don't want a pitchfork in my inbox. I'm going to be here.
No, so we have to say, man, this is a free space.
Listen to me now. You stop throw gasoline in that fire, Anyways, Dragons versus Bull.
I'm not throwing no gasoline in the fire. I'm just saying.
Yes. I've been
Dragon
wanting to speak. I've
versus
been wanting to
Bull.
speak about this match. Where did it all go so wrong for Washington Bulls? It was only 2 years ago you guys were in the grand final. What happened? Well, for one, say it quietly, it seems as if y'all coach and players fall out because not even the senior players stick around. Who knows? But there is no excuse for Bulls being where they are. I mean, one victory and what, 4 losses? Yikes. Uh I do think for some reason, I don't know why. I do think for some reason Bulls has the edge coming into this match. I don't know why I'm saying that because they are short on players and confidence. Um, Maybe it's the history of League and the Dragons to implode even when victory is inside. I could be playing for that comment. Um, I don't think there's anyone on Bulls that has any leadership or fear factor that is gelling with this team because it's such a young team. They have 2 players that they've lost in Shawi and Collins and Linval to that horrible accident.
Yep.
So I know people hear me, oh, he's tipping Bulls. Why would he tip Bulls? Well, I'll tell you why. Because when a team is backed into a corner and they have nothing to lose, you normally see them play out of them skin, especially when it comes to their defense. I'm not sure if that's going to happen this weekend, especially as it's on Dragon's turf, but you never know. Timari Johnson, I know he's a young man, has probably one of the most unique running styles apart from static in rugby league. I do think they need to move him from off the wing or center and put him as fullback. Not because he has shown any qualities there. I just think they need to mix it up because they literally don't have a fullback playing and they don't have anything to lose. For Dragons, where do we even start with Dragons? This team, and I'm going to just say this, is such a soft mentality team. Like, you can beat up on all the lower scrubs and play your best footy against a Bulls and a Dragons. But then when they play Thundercats, Sharks, and JDF, you wilt. Players are missing. All of a sudden, no players who were supposedly injured are missing in action. They're now back to play against Hyenas or whoever else is below them, right? So I guess maybe Dragons has the advantage of numbers into this, but I will go ahead and tip Bulls to pull off a shock upset win, even though that might not happen. What say you, Reggie?
Surprisingly, I do agree with you on this one. When I saw the fixtures, I was thinking basically the same thing. If Dragons come out to the mentality that, we're just playing Bulls, easy win, Bulls will take the victory from them. So I'm in agreement with you. It should be a close one. I'm tipping Bulls to win by at least a try. But yeah, it's going to be a very good game week 6 this Saturday. Looking forward to see the JDF and Sharks game.
Yeah,
that one is JDF and Thundercats game. That's going to be a really, really good matchup. I'm really excited to see the outcome of that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should be an exciting. Hello, David.
Hey.
Yeah, but that's fine. We welcome everyone. We were just speaking on the upcoming fixtures of who we're predicting to win and just giving a bit of insight into what each team has done well and what they've done wrong so far this season. We were just speaking about the lovely League and the Dragons a moment ago,
Yeah, so what's your take on them?
fat trap bullies, basically. They can beat up on hyenas and, they can beat up on poor little bulls who are in a rehabilitation phase, but, they meet JDF, they meet Thundercats, and they meet Sharks, and whew, lose.
Mm.
It's as I said, it should be a fun game week 6. Really good matchups, especially the JDF and Sharks game. Really looking
JDF and
to see that.
Thundercats.
JDF and Thundercats. So I truly watched the JDF and Sharks game the other day though. It's still stuck in my brain. But the JDF and Thundercats, it should be fun. Sorry, I can't see it in person though. But
Yeah, I mean,
we'll get the videos.
I personally wish I could see it in person so we could just shut up a few people who says we're just making comments about on things that we don't know about. Because I watched through the entire JDF Hyenas match, and I'm going to say this match was, apart from the few tries that were scored, the match was complete trash.
Well, as I said, JDF need to fix their shifting. They need to fix how they carry the ball and how they complete their sets. Because JDF is just bullying. Oh, you're strong here.
Yeah, and the thing about it, right?
Things.
I'm sure we've all played on teams where, you played sharp. Sometimes you had 9 players, sometimes you had 10, 11.
Yep.
Rochi is the captain. Rochi is experienced. I saw Rochi take a ball from the scrum, going to the right side. He saw like about 5 JDF players, and my boss was like, nope. Swing the ball to the left wing. I was like, bruh, just have the people run beside you. Like, your number so you don't get dumped to the ground. Like, this is basic rugby stuff.
Yeah, but
then again, I have to remember that these guys are not supporting anybody. So
exactly. They're not doing it. So, hey, if me aim, I either gonna take the tackle, hit ground first, or I'm gonna pass the ball out wide and hope for a miracle. that I'm gonna do.
Why, brother? The man hope for some miracle. Then one of the 2 things either the player was taken out into touch, or boy, the tackle was like boom. Who's the ball?
I have the way cut out for them. That's all I know. They have.
It's just sad to see. It's just sad to see a team that reached the heights that they reached
last season
and have regressed so much.
And I don't know what the issue is, because we were speaking about this.
I can't tell you what the issue is, Rajiv. I can't tell you what the issue is. Lack of coaching. There is no coach.
I was just gonna say that. There
is no like if a hyenas man wants to come, hold on, though. If a hyenas man wants to come on the podcast next week and tell me I'm talking crap, sure, no problem. But where is Baggio? Where is he? I don't see him. The only thing I see is a bunch of senior men not listening to the most experienced player on the field, cursing each other out and losing.
Well, that is true, because knowing Omar Jones, I'm sure he's trying to take control of the game. But as I said, they're not listening. They're not following instruction, and they just want to do what they want to do. Coming from a team that made the semifinals last season, like, what is going on now? This is they should be progressing, and they're not.
And it's not that, and it goes back to the same thing that Coach Rai has spoken about at length when he's joined us. Culture. You instill a culture that allows to breed this type of mentality. It's going to be hard to stamp out.
Yep, that is so true. That is one thing I've always liked about Sharks. If Shanto try and Marvin the all the way down a field try zone, Marvin I run come all the way up. Come say, yeah, good job, Shanto, yeah, and I celebrated everybody. it doesn't matter where they are on the field. Once a try make or something make, then celebrate it. If a team knock on, then celebrate. Then win a penalty, then celebrate. And this is a culture where you want to build in your club. You get me? I say you're not supposed to just say, "Oh, just come, train, everybody go home." You try to build a family, a brotherhood. You get me? I say you're supposed to know say yo when we're up on the field. You have my back and me have your back, no matter what. Right? If I make a mistake, me not go cuss you. I say, yo, do this, do that better next time. But for hyenas one mistake make, and it's like the whole team start jump down on the person made the mistake. That don't make no sense.
But no one who
Yes,
wants to
yeah,
teach it.
Exactly.
They
And
know the game so well. They know the mentality that they need to have or that they should have. But they're
they just
not
don't want
teaching.
to do it.
yes,
They're not even teaching it. They haven't passed it on, and they themselves are losing it by not passing it on. It's like they're also forgetting. They're losing it themselves, and they're not instilling these disciplines, the disciplines that made them good players, that made them national players,
yeah, and it
that
go
they
back to what you
that
say.
they
It go
brag
back to what
about.
Doc say.
That's how they can brag about the past, but they're not bragging now.
Yeah.
The
But
inconsistency.
all we can hope is that they return to the standard they were at for the last 2 years.
Them better,
I'll be
them
out
better
for
pray. Them better pray. The next 5 matches they don't lose because if they lose those next 5 matches, that's a piece of history what them go join right there. And I'm sure Hyenas doesn't want to be a part of that history. Trust me.
But so surprising for the JDF game that they playing at the scoreline was
Yeah, but
I was expecting that
yeah,
scoreline, but yeah.
no, I should. If I knew JDF would win, but I knew JDF was going to do a lot of crap that would allow Hyenas to score points because they haven't showed. All right, against Sharks, they had good line speed or average line speed, but their ball handling was poor. But the speed that they had allowed them to make up for all their deficiencies. Against Hyenas,
That is true. That is true.
they played Hyenas like it was an under 19 team they were playing. I was like, oh well, we just go bully way through them and use the speed money on the outside.
Yeah.
Hyenas scored 18 points. 18.
And that show they weren't expecting that. I'm 100% sure.
And the only reason Hyenas never won, I know this is a stretch, but the only reason Hyenas never won that much is because, again, some aimless kicks. Nobody knows what a tackle restart is. 6 again. They don't even know when about knock on what to do. The only one who does has to be doing A, B, C, X, Y, Z.
And they're not listening to that one, and they're not listening to that one person. So game week 6, we're inching closer and closer to the grand finals. Your 2 pick for the grand finals.
You know, I want to be controversial, but I just can't see a grand finals without Sharks in it. But I could be wrong. But if things remain how it is, I think we may, just maybe, see a repeat of last year's grand final between Sharks and JD.
There you go.
That was actually my pick as well, based on what I've seen thus far. I mean, also I definitely can't see a finals without Sharks. They are the most mentally, physically, and skillfully consistent team. JDF with their aggressive bullying style. Uh, I don't think the teams can be consistently technical enough to like play around them or get around them. So,
Well,
I mean, their style might give them the edge this season. So,
I
yeah,
mean,
I think this one
the only way I can see Sharks not being in this grand final is two things have to happen. One, either JDF beats them again in the return fixture, and then Thundercats beats them, in their return fixture, which might dull their confidence a little. And then in the semifinals, depending on if they play either JDF or Thundercats, one out of those two teams beat them. But
Well,
only reason I can't see it happening is because last year was the perfect time for JDF to win, and somehow, as per usual, Sharks found a way to win, even when Sharks didn't deserve to win it,
let me
and
let
that's
me
what separates them.
let me play the devil's advocate here, and I'll say for my two pick for the Grand Slam, JDF and Thundercats. That's my two. That's my two.
Whoa!
Well,
Somebody gonna get some flame in the comments. Press F in the chat for Rajiv's funeral for the next coming weeks.
I think this here is the year that Sharks lose for what, the first time in what?
I mean, I don't disagree with you, Rajiv. I just we've heard. No, no,
14, I think.
no. The thing about it is that we've heard this every single year. This year Sharks are gonna lose. This year Sharks are gonna kick in.
But let's be honest, it is possible this year. It is possible.
No, I'm not saying it's not possible, but let's check the history. Dean, let's go all the way back to 2017. I was at that game in 2017. That game was the closest a grand final has ever been, and Sharks won that match with the last minute through a Fabian Turner try. 2018.
True.
Wait, no, 2018, that was a baptism of fire. Them absolutely discharged it. What am I talking about? 2019, my apologies. 2019, GC had that much in the bag. Like this, and poof, disappeared in a flash.
But that was GC normal thing, so that wasn't surprising.
But that's what I'm telling you already. Every year we've heard, the last year's grand final. I'm sure nobody expected JDF to dominate Sharks the way they did. Nobody, not even me and you, who are like, it's a possibility.
True. But
and somehow they won the match.
I think at this art, let's put it this way.
Mm-hmm.
The players that Sharks have now, really good set of players. Don't get me wrong, really good set of players. But the experience part, I think they're lacking on that part, and I think that's where they're going to fall short. That's just what I think. That's the way they're going to fall short, and JDF and Thundercats are going to take advantage of that. So JDF and Thundercats to the finals, to the Grand Slam. That's my prediction.
Yeah, well, I've heard it before. Not saying that it can't happen, but I just don't see it happening because I don't mean to lump these two well-drilled teams into the choker mentality, but they might just choke when the match is like this.
Well, if they want to be a battler, be the next club that battles every competition like Arsenal, then that's on them.
No. They have to be like a Spurs. They have to be like a Spurs. They don't have to be like a Spurs. So have to be like a Spurs.
Hey, listen, Arsenal are my team, but still,
I just realized something. If I really Arsenal for true, because Thundercats never win nothing yet. Woo!
Hey, on that note.
Woo! Yes, controversy.
On that note, yes, I'm not gonna make nobody come for me, I'm not gonna nobody come for me. But I choose every Grand Slam finals and go where they're supposed to win. Them choke and lose a game in at the last minute at that.
So, well, I mean, 2018
Apart from that.
No, 2018 JDF was just absolutely demolished, destroyed, rearranged.
Apart from that finals, but every other one, yeah, they had the finals to win, and Them battle it like Arsenal. So let's see. It'll be a repeat of this season, of the last couple
Let's
seasons.
let's go, you Spurs. I mean, let's go, you Thundercats. Sorry. Sorry.
I think it's time. It's about that time. Closing remarks.
On that note, we have come to the end of another episode of Rega's Corner. Jets, it was good to have you. Loans,
Oh,
it was good to have you. I know you actually left early. Game week 6. Everybody try to turn out all your games. Game should be fun. And we're pleading and begging, please, teams, upload a video of them so we can see them now. Me a beg. I am
And yet,
begging.
no. I'm not share that sentiment. I'm not beg nobody nothing. You either upload it or not upload it. Nah, beg, no, seriously, bro.
I'm just saying. I'm suggesting.
No, bro. No, like, no, it's absolutely abhorrent. There's no way we can have a competition that people overseas are asking us, yo, where's the team list? Like, bro, what are we doing? There's no way the same 2 teams every week can be posting their team. JDF, you finally done something right. You have a media team. We can't get the team list up. Or is it because we're a military man and we can't know the man in personal name, even though we know half our man name already? That's what I say.
Give it the full match then. If we can't get the name, give it a full match then.
As I talk about that, you see next team will post now 30-minute clip and think the man will edit all that. Yo, I'm telling you this. If you not post a 1 hour clip, I'm not do it. Don't take this far.
That is.
Anyways. Thank you all for the support, the likes, TikTok going crazy. I don't know if I should post that video I posted on Ruggers Corner, that infamous video we did. Not the first one about the union, the video about all of us who, couldn't make that team. I don't know if I should post it. I might have to share it a little bit.
So guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe.
We're not going to post that video. We're not going to do any form of controversy to that extent.
We'll leave that. We'll leave that for the next channel.
Next we will have is me slandering Daily Cherry Evans.
You know what?
Listen. You can't slander the man because he wasn't playing. Okay?
Listen, he was my captain for years. I can slander him as much as I want.
Okay, fair enough.
At this point, I can blame the man for global warming.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our podcast. Thank you again for the love and support. Always remember, if you're a local Obia man today, blessings and love. Peace out. Amen.
Water and good night.